So do you guys know who?
No. Never heard of him.
I literally don't know who this is. I've only heard the name. I don't think I would be able to pick his face out. What is it? Where is it? Who's? Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
You don't know who
You
Kendrick
don't know
Lamar
Kendrick?
is?
Oh,
no,
we're gonna have a
no.
Super Bowl party
Why
now.
would you say that?
Why would you say that?
On the podcast, you should have looked him up first. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
it's Super Bowl weekend.
SZA.
It's Super Bowl weekend.
How do you pronounce that?
He
What
won
about Ash
5
Trevino?
Grammys or some, like what, right?
What about Ash Trevino?
Oh, she's obsessed with Ash Trevino.
I don't know who that is. You know what?
That's fine that you don't know her.
I heard Ariana Grande's name for years. I literally didn't know what she looked like until she did Saturday Night Live like 6 months ago.
We still don't know what she looks like.
You know what? What I saw
kidding.
is not what her voice.
Yeah.
I did not expect her to be like some small little girl. I thought she was gonna be like an older woman.
Kendrick's been around for a long time, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I just
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
I know he's doing the halftime
he definitely
show.
hasn't heard.
Well, you know what? I might have heard.
They're
some of
not
his-
like us. They're not like us.
You know, David needs the whole beef.
He's not very cultured.
He needs the
is
whole-
the problem.
He needs
Yeah, what
the
is the
whole
deal?
beef explained to him.
Is it because
Because Kendrick called out Drake because he be deep in the
Because he be with
Illuminati.
the A minors.
What do you think an A minor is? Hopscotching.
I don't know.
The kids.
Drake's a
The
pedophile.
kids. He be sex trafficking.
Supposedly or
Allegedly.
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 But
for-
you know the rich people, they can just, no,
Mhm.
he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to his music. He's not right in the head.
And he was going after, he was like commenting on Millie Bobby Brown before she was 18, like all excited about her 18th birthday.
And then Drake was trying to cause smoke with other rappers too. Like for years he was always taking shots at Megan Thee Stallion. And
She's a
then she
man.
went after him with her own diss track called Hiss.
Yeah, apparently Megan's a man.
according to
My intuition.
Oh, Megan. Oh, yeah, I know who
Did you
that
say
is.
my
Only because
intuition?
of Saturday Night Live.
I said information.
Oh.
Okay, so the Super Bowl ads are $7.5 to $8 million. You can watch it free.
Where? If you have cable?
Tubi.
Oh, well, there we go.
Have that,
Yeah, I like Tubi. Yeah. I don't know who's playing though. Is that Kansas City Chiefs and Eagles?
Yeah, because obviously
Taylor Swift's team and the Eagles.
Taylor Swift.
that's why they're in the Super Bowl again.
Again is crazy.
Her poor boyfriend.
Wait, did they win last year?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Travis
Why are they
Kelce.
in there again? Kelce?
Still dating. Is it Kelce?
As long as so that's the lucky
I
charm.
read that Jalen Hurts is the only player right
No,
now
she did Black Magic.
between the Chiefs and the Eagles that has an all-female management team behind him.
Who is this?
Jalen
He's-
Hunt.
Very attractive.
Is that the one that's
know
dating a 40-year-old and he's like 20?
I'm pretty sure.
How old is he?
23.
23 and his girlfriend's 40.
Wow.
Talk about a pedophile.
That's not a pedophile.
Kind of
That's
pedophile.
it's what's sugar
But she-
sugar. Well, no, he was probably the one. Well, sugar mama, right? Like, would that be a
grooming
term? No.
Sugar mama.
I feel attacked right now.
Why?
My
You're not
baby-
40, you're
My baby
Pushing
daddy
it,
is about
but-
to be 23 in 5 days.
yeah, you're pushing
And you're-
40.
yeah, you're
basically
45.
a pedophile, yep.
How do you say that?
You're the one that brought it up. I didn't even think about it. You
2 and
feel,
2, you know?
you feel like a pedophile sometimes.
No, not at all, actually.
Well, it's not like you guys met like 10 years ago or anything.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's a very long delayed no.
she had to do the math.
You're like,
Okay, 8.
Feels like it could have been 10 years.
so are we bringing up the Super Bowl because we're trying to say like these companies are paying so much in ads that
So
we get
much.
to see for
They're
free?
making so much money.
I mean, yeah, it used to be. Well, I mean, Okay, so during the .com bubble, the Super Bowl ads were crazy and expensive, and companies were paying a lot of money. But sometimes they would have these ads and they wouldn't even mention the company name. So they were just like blowing money like crazy. Now it's probably a little bit more careful, but yeah, people watch it for the ads. It brings in a lot of money for the local economy. I don't know. I was fishing for
Isn't it insane
topics.
how we hate watching ads normally, and then we're like, you know what? This one time, I will watch all the ads. It just happens to
watch
be
for
a
the-
football
yeah.
game there.
Watch for the ads in between the football game.
You're not a diehard footballer or football fan?
Oh, I'll watch the Super Bowl. I'm not a huge football fan, no. But
What's your favorite sport?
football.
You didn't even invite us over for the party. Like, that's pretty
You're,
whack.
what? Party?
It's going to be us. Me and the kids and Melissa will have a Super Bowl party where we sit around and eat popcorn. And then it ends up to where like the girls go off and do their own thing. And I'm basically sitting on the couch by myself.
Sounds fun.
Drinking beer.
What time's it start?
I don't know. Yeah, y'all are welcome. I won't even ask permission. Just show up.
Perfect.
Just show up.
I'm coming in through the door where it's unlocked.
Yeah, I'll leave it unlocked. Y'all just,
I'll bring the pizza guy from last time.
there we go. Uh-oh.
He's going to be like, pizza's here. You're going to be like, I didn't order pizza. And he's going to be like, then who did?
Yeah.
And then
And I hope it's okay that I just walked into your house, by
That
the
was
way.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
it was
that was.
Is that what happened to your Aunt Jenny?
I don't know. Is this a safe story?
Oh, she's feeling like the heat was on her when we were talking about pedophilia.
So what happened?
Oh my God, she can never see this. That's fun.
Yeah, you basically did.
Well, I just was putting it together. Long story short, my aunt ordered pizza, and
Good story.
Okay, I know. I've known people to do that.
the guy delivered it, and
Let's talk about credit card interchange again.
yeah.
Wait,
And they
what?
interchanged some smooches, and
Oh.
That is craziest. No,
they've been together
Can't be
ever
real life.
since.
no, what?
He
Oh.
was 21.
Well, I guess it's a-
Yeah, he was 21. She's 46. 40, no, like
Well,
48 almost.
Was he was 21 at the time, or he's 21 now?
No,
He's like
he's
23
4 or 5.
now.
But they get along.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
great relationship, actually.
She loves them. They're cute.
Okay, let's watch this video. FDIC, OCC, Federal Reserve. They are all being questioned. A lot of this video is about issues at the FDIC, which is the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which a lot of sexual harassment has happened at the FDIC.
County of Louisiana is recognized. I hope Senator Al Franken is watching today. If it weren't for double standards around this place, there wouldn't be any standards at all. Mr. Grunberg, have you ever heard the expression, a fish rots from the head down?
Yes, Senator.
I understand I listened carefully to your testimony. Do I understand you to assert that you believe you're the person to clean up the FDIC?
I do, Senator.
Do you also believe that Elvis is alive?
Not to my knowledge, Senator.
Do you also believe in Bigfoot?
No, sir.
Have you read this report?
Yes, sir.
You've been the chairman of the FDIC 10 of the last 13 years, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
And you've been there for 20 years almost, haven't you?
Nearly, yes, sir.
And this sleaze has been going on for decades, has it not?
I think the report makes that finding, Senator.
Did you read the part of the report where one of your supervisors described one of your young female employees as being, quote, like a grizzly bear with tits, close quote?
I've read the report, Senator.
Did you read the part of the report where one of your supervisors asked a young female employee, quote, does your husband eat you? Did you read that?
I have read the report, Senator.
Did you read the part of the report where one young employee said her supervisor sent her a text? You know what the text said? Quote, get naked, bitch. Did you read that?
Yes, sir.
Did you read the part of the report where one of your supervisors turned to one of your Hispanic employees and asked him to recite the Pledge of Allegiance to prove that he is an American? Did you read that?
I read it, sir.
You're not going to be able to clean up the FDIC because you're going to be too busy defending yourself in court. I'm going to introduce a bill to extend the statute of limitations to allow every employee at the FDIC to file suit over the sexual abuse and the sexual discrimination and this racism. And you're going to be spending all your time in court. Now, the Cleary Gottlieb report doesn't think you're the person to clean up the FDIC, does it?
I don't know that the report reaches that conclusion, but it certainly has critical comments in regard to me, Senator.
Well, I mean, the FDIC report says that it says that even your senior leaders feel, quote, disrespected, disparaged, and treated unfairly by you. Did I quote that correctly?
Yeah, I have read the report, Senator.
And the Cleary Gottlieb report, it goes on to say that your long tenure and reputation for losing your temper and bullying people, quote, presents unique challenges, close quote, for you to change the agency. Did you read that part?
I have read it, Senator.
And the Cleary Gottlieb report also says it questions whether you have the, quote, moral authority to do so. Is that correct?
I have read the report, Senator.
Yes, sir. You fixing this agency, Mr. Gruenberg, is like asking Alec Baldwin to conduct a course in gun safety. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And Mr. Sue, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for acting like a lickspittle here today, trying to defend this gentleman. Have you ever read a worse report, Mr. Gruenberg, in all your years?
It's a bad report, Senator.
Yeah, it's bad. Look, I could go through this report. I'm embarrassed to have to even read some of these allegations. These folks on the first row behind you, are they FDIC employees?
Some of them are, Senator, yes.
Would you like to turn around and apologize to the female employees sitting behind you at the FDIC?
I have, Senator.
Would you like to do that now?
If you ask me to, I will.
I think you should.
I apologize.
And now I think you ought to resign. I'm done, Mr. Chairman.
The way Mr. Kennedy was like, you gotta apologize to the lady behind you. Like, it was 2 kids. Like, now you gotta apologize and make up for the little fight you had.
And now you got to say you forgive him.
You've,
Have you guys ever been sexually discriminated against?
Discriminated or harassed?
Or harassed?
Yes.
1000%.
I mean,
When I
in
used to knock
stand up,
doors,
sure,
actually.
yeah.
It always
grab
happens.
my-
Yeah, in Olive
Grandma
Garden.
Vijay.
The managers were crazy there.
He
They
literally
grabbed
came
your
up-
vajay.
Yeah, he did. And I told Alex, and he didn't do shit about it.
Wait, what
Wait,
happened?
the worker or the
Yeah, the
customer?
worker.
Oh.
He did what?
We were knocking doors, and he came up to me and just grabbed me
By the...
by the. No,
Okay.
that's fucked up. No, he did though. I was like, "What are you doing, bro?" Like, no, it's fucked up.
Well, at the FDIC, apparently a lot of stuff had happened.
Maybe he should work there.
Who?
Whoever grabbed me. What about you? Have you?
Sexually harassed?
Mm-hmm.
I was sexually discriminated against once. And it's not like it was the worst thing in the world. I worked at Whataburger. And I went to
No,
a...
you didn't.
I worked at Whataburger, yeah.
Couldn't
Oh,
you
yeah, it
just
was my
picture
first
that
job.
though?
It was my first job. And I went to I was at one Whataburger and I wanted to move to another one that was closer to home. And my manager was like, "Are you sure you want to do that? It's only women there." I was like, "Oh, okay." Went there. They put me in the back to cook. The manager, there was no order, so I was standing back there and she came back there and she was like, "Why don't you do something? Like take out the trash." I was like, "Okay." And then one day I went up to her because I was always cooking. And I was like, "Well, I can I can do drive-through or register or something too." And she's like, "You're a man. You belong in the back." She told me that. And I was like, okay. I mean, this is a little bit different than having a professional job, where
I mean, was she wrong?
I stayed in the back. I did what I was told.
Good boy.
To this day, she still thinks you're in the back.
And he was right. I was the only guy that has ever worked at that store, apparently, for a long time. It held me back. I could have been an assistant manager, but
Probably saved you.
yeah.
Would have
But
went to
I think,
Whataburger forever.
but that's probably the worst thing that's ever happened.
Why Whataburger? Did you like it?
So when I lived in Texas, Whataburger was a friend of mine worked there, and he got me a job there. All 3 of you have been sexually harassed at work.
Why are we bringing
I
our
mean-
trauma back up?
It was just like Olive Garden, many male managers.
Oh, they would always slap my butt too. Did they do that to you?
No, they didn't. They would just flirt with me. Like they kept their distance from me because they knew.
They didn't touch you though.
They'd like hug me and like put their arm around me and stuff. But some of the girls, like they were sleeping with them and they were being extra, but they were pretty tame with me because, I just give off that energy. Nice girl, innocent.
Nice girl energy.
I've just seen more sexual harassment among my comedy community. I think it's gotten better. I think more people are willing to call it out now. But back then, if you were being harassed or assaulted and you called it out, people wanted to 86 you because you were the problem. Like I've seen that firsthand with a friend from years ago.
That's a fear, right? So if you call it out, then you're the one.
And
that
this
gets in
is like
trouble.
after Me Too, like 2020.
It's like,
Like this should have not been. And then I would hear horror stories of female comics that suddenly were like, I gotta quit comedy. I can't do this anymore because I got told if I want to go into this room, I have to suck some.
that's so fucked. That's some Diddy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is messed up.
Your
And these are
gender.
like broke ditties. These are not ditty.
Yeah,
You know?
You say your gender. This is your gender.
And lately, like the only harassment I've been hearing about,
He said I'm
there's a male,
discriminated
there's a
against
male booker.
Remember Whataburger?
Oh my god. The only harassment I've been hearing about is like a male booker has been trying to make me feel bad about him allegedly being sexually harassed by female comics and being like, well, I'm trying to make a safe review and they're harassing me. They think I'm just a piece of me. And I'm like, you once decided to dress like King Tut, though. with abs out. But not that it's right. It's just I don't.
But it's not fair. Like women sexually harassing men are way different than men sexually harassing women. 'Cause
Right.
a man can take a woman down. A woman's afraid. Like they
Right.
can't unless she's a big woman.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And most women are not. They're not.
It's just
So
like,
you're saying it's okay?
not saying it's okay.
No.
It's just different. Like things are
It's
not
different.
fair, and that needs to be like a thing that's brought back now because it's like, oh, men and women are equal, but we're not the same. So there's just like things that need to be talked about.
I think now's the time to call our local pizza place and ask for the youngest looking delivery driver for Sarah. Bring him in. Not like us plays in the background.
Oh my god.
How did we get here?
I don't know. How did we get here?
Because Jalen. Wait, what was his name? I think it's Jalen Hurts. It's 23. Is that even who you're talking
Hunt.
about?
Jalen Hunt.
It's Hunt?
Yeah.
It's not
it's
I
Hunt.
thought it was Hart.
No, it's Hunt. No,
Oh.
no, that's Kevin Hart. But
Or Jalen.
but no, no. I
Wait,
read
what is
that
it?
like
I don't know.
I read that like Jalen Hunt got
It's Hunt? I thought it was-
messaged early in his career by a woman who asked to represent him, and he hired her, and then another agent,
It's
presumably a
Hurts,
man,
not Hearts.
reached out to Jalen
It's
too and was
Hurts.
like,
Wait,
I
this
just
is
said
well, good
No,
luck
this
with
isn't
baby
him,
girl,
though.
but you know, and so that made him think like, oh,
this isn't
there's
him.
Not him,
sexism
let
in
me
this
see.
industry, so like, what if I do something about it? And then suddenly, every woman he's hired is part of his team,
This is him. He looks old though.
and he's the only one in the NFL that has an all-female team, like an all-female management team.
On an all-male management team. Is that okay?
It's okay. It's okay with me. I don't.
We will check all their ages.
Pizza delivery man, please.
Well, you say you're 18, but let me see your ID because this can be a hostile work environment.
17, but 18 in a week? I don't know. We'll hold on to your resume for now.
It's Drea. Jalen Green.
Oh, yeah. He plays
See what-
basketball.
Yeah.
Both hot.
He's
Both
22
very
and
attractive.
she's pregnant.
At least
40 and pregnant.
Wow.
At least he is rich. She got him there. Me?
Like, I've heard,
She could be rich.
She is
like,
rich.
when I heard
Yeah.
of,
She used to date.
when I've heard of women just going to basketball games hoping to hook up with players, knowing that they're rich, so that they get pregnant, get the money, I'm just like, why did I try to be smart? Why did I go for a stable job and try to get a college education? Why?
You still have an opportunity.
I guess, but
We can go to the Suns game.
yeah. But I remember when I held your baby, and then I was just like, I don't know if I'm feeling it with the little guy. Like, no offense, he's good and all. It's just like there's no baby fever.
Oh, you.
There might be baby fever if there's like a
A
$5
better
million
baby.
at the end.
How
of it.
about a baby with a price tag? A baby that's like, hey, invest in me. I'm worth $10 million. Then.
Anywho, Kendrick.
How do we get from?
Started with Kendrick because you asked what the beef
You
was.
said you were running out of things to.
Well, no, this is. I mean, I am curious. Actually, okay. Thinking about dating and finances. Who should pay for dinner?
The man, 1,010%.
I think it's still like a common rule where like it's expected for the man to pay, and if he doesn't, he's considered rude. Or it's complicated. Like
The man.
I kind of envy
Man.
Or a
queer
broke boy.
relationships because they don't
Broke,
deal with the gender
feminine.
stuff.
Broke
It's like whoever
boys,
pays in
I
a
don't-
queer relationship gets to pay. But it's
Or
like
it's kind of it's even. There's no rules.
yeah, but like I've also heard the dating advice, like as a woman, if you're out dating a dude and he pays for something and then maybe you go do like another activity during your first date, you should try to pay for something to make up
Hell,
for
fuck ass. No.
I'm not about this.
No.
Pay,
No.
never pay.
Do you know
Never.
that if you guys came, like if I was trying to sell something, like a car or anything, and you came in and I offered you a bottle of water, you thirsty? You went, let me get you a bottle of water. Give you a bottle of water. that like multiplies the likelihood that you're going to say yes to me asking you to buy them.
100%.
Yeah.
I believe it.
So why don't you think that it's the same with dating?
Wait,
A
what do you
guy
mean?
pays, and then later he's going to ask for some favor,
That's
right?
fine. Ask.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna get it.
What's the favor that he's going to ask?
Maybe a second date. Maybe get you to pay for the
That's
next
where
dinner.
you're going.
Well, it's where I decided to go after I realized what I said. Everything needs to be fair and equitable, but when you go on a date, I want you to pay.
I don't want it to be fair, or even. I don't believe in that.
I think it can be even. You pay for everything and I'll cook you dinner and clean the house.
Exactly.
It's a fair, yeah.
That is fair.
It's a fair trade. It's
Like
a fair
men
trade.
go to work all day and then they come home and then they're not clean. It's like, or they don't want to cook dinner. It's like, I feel like that's fair.
But also for that fantasy to happen, he'd have to make enough money where like you can quit doing a job and then do that stuff. Do the
That's
best
why I
kid
need
work.
a millionaire.
Also, they tricked us in. That's why you can't have one income anymore, because now they just like want both people out there working. Now the kids aren't taken care of. You can't even afford daycare unless you're both work. It's just this whole thing, and it's just backwards. They tricked us again, like they trick us about everything else.
It would be good if somebody could afford to stay home with children until they go to school or whatever. Even if I'm not saying it should be the man or the woman, but I assume that
The man.
you guys
Or
have a preference.
The woman.
Yeah.
The woman should stay home.
I mean, unless the man like wants to, but it's just natural for us. Kate, what do you think on this?
Yeah, Kate, what do you think on this?
Oh gosh, I'm in the hot seat.
Well, first of all, do you think that a man should pay for dinner?
First date, yeah. Otherwise, I think it's like rude.
To keep making him pay?
Well, I think it's no. I mean, like it would be rude if he expected a woman to pay on the first date because of that kind of weird tradition. And I think once both people get to know each other better, then they could discuss who pays what.
Yeah.
Like if a woman was like, "Okay, I can actually pay for the second date if you'd like."
Yeah.
Or like I tried to suggest earlier, like the other advice I heard, like if the first date's still continuing and you're at a second place and you're doing something else, like maybe you grab a popcorn at the movie theater for both of you to share.
Make it a little more even.
Yeah, popcorn at the movie theater is all right.
Yeah. That's only like $30.
I'd say that's
Yeah, after you've put in a lot of effort,
yeah.
then I'll maybe buy you popcorn.
Yeah,
Maybe buy me popcorn.
You think if you start paying for things and doing things for men before they've spent money on you, I'm not.
She's grown.
I have grown. I used to not
Grown.
be
This
like
is growth.
Oh, so it sounds like you've got some history.
We don't even
with
have
this.
to go there. We're not going to go there.
We don't have to
but
go there. We don't have to go there.
the growth is very real.
Yeah, but then they like the more money they put into you, the more they value you because it's like an investment for
It is.
a man's brain.
Or
I
they
see that.
resent you.
No,
No.
At some point they could, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if they don't have enough money, go
they're a
work.
broke ass bitch.
Like that's your brain. You're supposed to be out here being the provider. I didn't.
Yeah,
choose
as a
this.
man,
God
like you're
did.
gonna feel masculine, like taking care.
And you're not
of
gonna
a
resent
woman.
the girl if she's in her feminine because you're taking care of all those things. She's gonna
It's
be
just gonna
doing
be
everything for
balanced.
you, and you're just gonna feel so loved. You're just gonna be like, I just want to go out and get the world for her.
I mean, it's finances, right? Like it is about money. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just an interesting that we have this rule. Like men have to open the door for the woman. And I knew a
They
fem-
did
I had a
this to
feminist friend,
themselves.
feminist
I
friend
mean,
who was
come
like,
on.
they just want to keep us weak. They don't want us to, build our muscles by opening doors ourselves. I'm like, whatever. Pay for dinner.
Who
said
is this?
Yeah, I think she was joking because I
Okay,
made
good.
fun of her after
That
she
is
said
funny.
Yeah,
That is funny.
I mean, but finances. I mean, yeah, I think that there still is an expectation that the man is going to carry everything.
Mm.
It has to be the breadwinner and all of that, but it's changing too. Not
Yeah,
everybody
because
feels
the
that way.
woman has to carry life,
Carry
yeah.
life,
and that's
And
just a
nurture life.
sacrifice
nurture
for
it.
the rest of her life.
Who
They
lives
don't
longer?
even value that.
No value.
Men,
Like
women.
I
women live
once
longer.
read a
I'm just
post
kidding.
on
You
Threads.
obviously value.
Mhm.
You've been a great husband. Melissa stayed home. You went out there and you made it happen.
Keep going. I like this.
But the majority,
Yeah, you're
Or
like
not
one in a
you.
million.
yeah. It's just like, and especially now, it's rough out here. It's rough.
Tragic.
On that note, men do expect you to pay for the first date here. Arizona's crazy.
Men expect the
Arizona's-
woman to pay?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Not
Yeah, they're a
always,
bit
but
crazy
there's a
for
lot of
that.
crazies here.
Well, I'll tell you, I've paid for dinners and I'm like irritated about it. Like, I know I go in expecting kind of to pay, but then they start ordering a bunch of stuff and I'm like,
I would never do that. That's
Like-
Oh, yeah,
unless
I'm
I know
always
you got money,
conscious.
shit, I'm getting 5 drinks.
Like if
Yeah, if you
if I
got
know
money,
someone's paying for me, I'm cautious. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to find something that's reasonable that I think they can at least pay for.
yeah.
Because like if it's rude, it's rude to get the $100 steak on somebody that's like doing
that's
this
happened.
to be nice, but
That has
they
happened
can't
to me
afford
for
it.
sure.
I think
Where-
it depends on who it is and like, you know.
I mean, maybe
If
if
you're,
it's a
like,
revenge
18,
tactic,
20,
sure, go all.
Once you get older,
Whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I've been like, I didn't get a salad, but they got a salad. They got appetizers. They got one of the most expensive dishes, and I'm sitting there like, it's just, I don't like it, and I know I'm gonna have to pay. Like you said,
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude.
Just didn't
right?
like the girl that much then. I haven't even gone on a dinner date, and I don't. When was the last time?
I went with a 20-year-old.
Drake.
Remember?
Yeah,
Don't know why.
he took her to a nice place.
It was so nice. I
Got
was like,
appetizers, drinks,
"Whoa."
and he paid. He didn't even drink because obviously he couldn't. Oh yeah, we bring.
Oh,
that
he wasn't 21.
20-year-old.
Babe, I'm 25.
Oh, you were at the time.
Couldn't even drink.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay.
5 years compared to 10.
Well, let's cut this off for now. We might want to go check on those kiddos.
We have kids.
Oh yeah, what am I talking about?